Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Xbox Nation. Honestly, we're going to do an abbreviated podcast for you today. We want to get back to Halo. Booch has got to watch the Mets. They're
And
already
Halo.
down. Yeah, and Halo. I think he's going to
Halo.
snap it or something. One of the good things about having an Xbox One. I'm let's go around the room and just give without spoilers because Mooch hasn't played that far yet. I'm on the final chapter, chapter 15. Let's just go around and get some initial impressions of.
Yeah, man. Initial impressions for Xbox One, Halo 5. Crap, you just cut out, so I kind of picked it up.
Yeah. Just go ahead and give the impressions. Like go around the room.
All right, man. I want to start out with this because this is something that I've been a part of since 2004. You know, I played Halo back in 2002, 2003, but I wanted to get into gaming again, and I got that original Xbox, and 14 years, 11 years later, for Halo is 14 years, but this game has stood the test of time. First of all, like, as far as people being excited, but the level of fucking detail that is in this game is unbelievable. You're talking about the gunplay, the shooting, the headshots, how your sight looks whenever you kill somebody, the grenades, like when they're hitting the ground, the fucking sound, everything. Like this, I'm really happy about the game. I beat the game last night, so I don't want to say anything. I do think that these people lost their fucking minds as far as criticizing the story, because I think I can say this without anybody getting spoiled, but there's definitely going to be a next Halo. It's not going anywhere. And I think the biggest thing that really just, comes back to me is I go look at my friends list. There's 70 people playing. I've been on the PlayStation 3. I've been hyped up for games like Killzone, Resistance. I've never ever in my life seen this many people support their fucking games, and that's what I mean. Halo is here to stay. It's bigger and better than ever, and that's what I got to say about it.
Yo, if you don't mind, guys, I'm going to go second just because I have experienced the least amount of the game of everybody, and I do want to say this much. The first thing I felt, and keep in mind, I do have Forza Horizon 2, but I don't have Forza 5 or 6, this was the first time I truly felt the rumble triggers utilized in such a way. Do you guys notice that when anytime you're firing a weapon, the weapons all feel different, the controller reacts different, and I'm not even talking about the Elite controller. I'm talking about my day one shit. Like, just amazing, like, the feel of it. This is the first thing I said. The minute you crash down, you start shooting, you're locked, you're going through everything. I was like, this is crazy. I was talking to everybody. I'm like, do you guys feel that difference in the vibration? The guns, you feel like you're shooting a gun. So just down to the little details. The verticality is amazing. I was shooting every enemy in front of me, and then I was still getting pegged. And I was like, what the hell? And my buddies were like, yo, look up. I'm like, oh, shit, there's two snipers. Like, the amount of different ways to flank, and it was just amazing. It was a different way. But at the same time, all these differences I'm talking about, it still felt like Halo. And that's what it is. I think 343 knocked this out of the park. And the one thing I do want to hop on here, and we're going to get deeper into it, is I've been tweeting out hashtag be your own reviewer, and I did a Mooch's Minute on game reviews being dead. There's a couple people that we all know I don't care for that are in big sites, but there was a couple people that I actually do respect that have, when I say smaller channels, they have like 50,000 people, so they're well known, but they're still smaller in the big scheme of the million subs on IGN and Kotaku, etc. And they were giving the story a bad rap, and this was before I played it because the review had come out before the game was released, and I said, geez, I started scratching my head. I was like, wait a minute, I'm like, I actually value this guy's opinion, and he was really down on it. And let me tell you something, I'm not very far, but I'm far enough to tell you that I'm enjoying the hell out of the story. It's very clear to me what's going on, and I like the direction it's going in. I mean, I was giving a buddy of mine a really good example, and I can't think of it right now. But basically, you can't have the same protagonist for 14 years, 15 years, and then, you know what I mean? You have to switch up the character. And the same way Star Wars, when Obi-Wan died in in Episode 4, he still became that life force and came back. That's not what I'm saying happens. I don't know. But the Chief's story and the Chief's legend it's never gonna just poof disappear. You know, I mean, that's me. And what do I know? I don't know anything. You guys all might be laughing under your breath, being like, Mooch don't know shit. I saw the end. But you know, like, and that's fine. If I find out I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's cool. But like, I just know that when you have an iconic character like this, it's not something that Microsoft or 343 would ever just ditch. And he'll be there in some essence, some other form. I don't know. I just think that there's something bigger about Halo and I'm excited that Locke is, you know, this new character. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I'm gonna get crucified here, but like, I started off as team, you know, Chief, but like, I'm feeling the Locke character. I'm liking the actor. I watched a lot of the Halo Live TV event, which was absolutely spectacular. Amazing. Great show. I had more fun watching that. I mean, it was on the background. It wasn't like I spent 6 hours glued to it, but I was watching it, walking in and out. I kept it on the big TV in the family room, and it was better than New Year's Eve, man. I was really enjoying it. The whole shit just came together really well. I thought it was put together really well. You know, Major Nelson did a hell of a job. Jessica Chobot looked better than she ever did in her life. God bless her. And you know, and they just had really, really good insight on how the game was made, from voice actors to the orchestra to everything. So my take on it, from a very small point, is a lot of new differences, but still felt like the same old Halo, and that's something I have to applaud 343 for.
Yeah, I just want
to say, I'm Team Buck.
Team Buck.
I think Buck has the best lines in the whole campaign. I'm not going to ruin anything, but he's got the best lines, man. No lie. He did a really good job. Go ahead, Blazin. Didn't mean to jump in.
I'm about to name drop because I'm a little upset. So if the Xbox fans enjoyed the game, don't worry about Ryan McCaffrey. Don't worry about IGN, because they were really, really, really hating on the game. They went out of their way.
They gave it a 9 though overall though. So,
but they will still make a lot of videos trying to damage the game. Talk about the story is the worst in Halo history. So if you're real Xbox fans, don't follow IGN. Don't follow Ryan McCaffrey. Now back to the story. I haven't had fun like this in a long time. This game made me feel like a child. Like, we was in the party yelling. We were screaming. When they had the little dog enemies, I think they're the crawlers, they kept jumping on top of us and coming from all over and attacking us on Legendary. We was in there yelling. We were screaming. And I said, this is the most fun I had this generation. This is the game that Titanfall should have been. I really enjoyed the story. The only problem I kind of had is, like, they should have flushed out Tanaka and Vale a little more, but it was a lot of characters, so I understand. The music was incredible. I'm going to buy the soundtrack. The music, the scores was incredible. Like I said, the PS4 couldn't run the soundtrack in this game. It was amazing. All the enemies on screen, you just saw the giant guardians. That was amazing. The gameplay was solid. Like, you know, when you see the crosshair, when you shoot the headshot with Blackie Blowski said, you see the X go in it and it makes a sound. All the guns was on point. Amazing story. I love the co-op. It was just an incredible game. There's nothing I can say bad about this game. I say it's an 11. It's the game of the year. Pick it up if you're an Xbox owner. Everything was amazing. Story,
absolutely.
Sound, gameplay. It's just amazing. I felt like a little child playing this. We were in there yelling, having so much fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And hey, Iron Wolf's here. What's up, Iron Wolf?
Hey, what up, man? Yeah, I've been to the Halo 5 launch event, as you guys know, and Microsoft really know how to throw a party. I gotta tell you one thing. You know, drinks, foods, fine women. You know what I mean? Like, free goodies, everything, man. It was just amazing. And I met Frank O'Connor, by the way. And yeah, by the way, no Halo 5 on PC. So all you guys are speculating, shut the fuck up.
Hey, Mooch, I got one question for you. When you picked up your... Oh, you go digital. I was going to say, did you go to GameStop and harass people, but you buy digital. So.
Yeah, I bought digital, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah.
I drove past my GameStop a couple of times, and I'm telling you, it was ransacked. It looked like it was robbed. Yeah. Like, I went in there, like, all the Halos, like the Xbox section, looked at, like, they just ripped all the racks down. And I came and I said, asked him what happened. He said, yeah, we had the Halo 5 launch. And it was just everybody on my friend list playing it. I have over 200-something friends on there. Like, out of 190 of them have the game. It's
not just friends, Blaze, but you know what was great last night? I literally went onto my smart glass and I just scrolled down to look at all the achievements everybody's getting on the, you know, the act. All Halo, like there was nothing. It was just Halo. I was like, look at this shit. This is great. I just
one of the
scrolling.
That's the Halo effect.
Yes, sir.
Man, I thought it was.
Yeah, that is.
Whatever for about 10 minutes, Blaze was just going off like, oh my God, the lighting, the sounds, this and that. I was going off like, man, the fucking ground and pound is just insane. I forgot I could even do that, you know, like they're just opening everything up. and everybody.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna say. Sorry to interrupt you, Blackie. One thing I'm gonna say is that, you know, the graphics, the physics, the calculations. You know, this could not even run on a PS4 technically. It
music
just
couldn't.
couldn't. Because if you tried to do a Spartan charge across the wall, I think the PS4 would crash.
Yeah,
I'm
the
telling
music.
you.
You're like, it's like so many. It's like the whole game is so amazing. Like, it was one enemy. It was attacking Iron Wolf, and it was shooting at him. So I ran up behind him, and I got him with the assassination. It broke his neck, and it was just everybody went crazy. So you're like, this game makes you a little kid. Like, we were yelling so many times in this game. It had us so excited.
Yeah, you're having fun.
Everybody was like, just for so long, they were just, I love this game, I love this game, I love it. And like Blaze said, man, I honestly just felt so happy. You know what I mean? That's what gaming's supposed to do. Like, when you wait for something that long and you've been anticipating it, I mean, my eyes were hurting. I was putting in my fucking eye drops like every hour because, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm splashing water in my face. Like, I was going Halo last night for real, and it was the best time. Wolf was there. He was talking about how much he enjoyed it. Showstopper. Every person who came through the party was just like, oh my god, this game is so fucking amazing. Shout out to Master Chief and Sir Merkham. You two
Shout out to them.
And it's just, this experience is amazing. It's really amazing.
And, you know, I think it's great that we're all going around. Is that I was doing this a couple days ago. Was it yesterday and the day before? You know, be your own reviewer. We are at a time right now, we're in a crossroads. This generation, you know, a lot of people say this generation didn't give you all that you wanted, and I can't speak for everybody. I'm content. I think it's very good. But the one thing that this generation's also learning because of social media is we don't need IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, or any of those people to ever tell us again what the hell's good. As far as I'm concerned, that's if you're waiting for a subway, or you're waiting for a mass transit, or you're waiting for the bus or a cab outside of a bar or anything like that, and the guy next to you tells you Halo 5 is good or bad, that's as good as you should take that comment, because that's just a regular dude. They don't have any credentials. They don't work in the gaming industry. I mean, they really don't. You listen to a lot of these people that do the podcast, they don't know what they're talking about. They really have no clue. And this is why YouTube is so strong. It's because you do have passionate people that will go out there. Now, yes, all of us we are all Xbox fans. I get that. So you have to take that with a grain of salt if you're really looking from the outside in. But listen to people talk about the passion of what they're talking about. We're not just saying we love the story, this and that. We're getting into the controller. We're getting into the way that the lighting effects actually are, the way that the actual change of the gameplay was changed enough to make it feel new, but wasn't changed so much that you feel like you're not playing the game that you once loved years ago. You've got to understand we're getting everything from the detail to this to that. And there's times we're all critical too. You know, but that's why, in my personal opinion, there's no reason to even wait. If I was Microsoft, I'd make a statement. I'd say we are lifting embargoes now once we go gold, because frankly, we don't give a shit what these little kids have to say at IGN.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we just put $200 million. I mean, do you know how much money went into that game? Forget the launch, the parties in Sydney, Australia, London, New York, L.A., Miami, this, that, everywhere else everywhere in the world they threw. Forget that kind of money. Forget that kind of money. I'm talking about just this game. How about the Halo Reach? If you guys watched Halo Live, Halo 5 Live, they showed that Reach cartoon series. Listen, man, I don't do the whole cartoon thing. I watched about 10, 15 minutes of it. It's interesting, and the amount of money they put into that is insane. It's an entire series. Listen, a lot of money went into this. So you're trying to tell me a kid who was the successor to Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty, some pimpled kid who was behind the camera, now he's in front of the camera, is going to tell me whether or not I should like the series that I've loved for years? Get the fuck out of here. You don't mean anything to me, man. You're a useless person at this point. So, you know what? Lift the embargo when you go gold, because it's us. It's us that will tell people, not us like BGST or me or Ray or anybody like that. I'm talking about literally, it's YouTube. It's the actual voice of the gamers. Listen to the people who are playing, not the people that are paid to play.
Yeah, like he said a good point. Like, the Xbox community need to unite. Just stop going to these sites like IGN. As far as I'm concerned, Ryan McCaffrey, I'm taking direct shots at him. That was disgusting. He already said the PS4 is a beast in front of Phil Spencer, and the guy gave his time to let him have an interview, and he was rude and disrespectful. So I feel like, as an Xbox fan, just play your Xbox, be happy, and just don't support these sites. They don't
Hey,
have.
you know what's funny is that Microsoft kind of did that because they let people stream it like weeks in advance. You know what I mean? So like people already kind of had their mind made up, and I think that that was a good move on Microsoft's part. They have faith in it, and it's Halo, so you know what you're gonna get. It played like Halo, but there's enough new and evolved gameplay to make it fresh and new characters and things like that. They did a really good job, and 343 really played it close last time to a Bungie game, except for the multiplayer. They kind of strayed with the, by segregating the maps. Like you realistically couldn't play much without the map packs. They fixed that this time, but they've made the game their own theirs now, and it's so much better than what Bungie ever put out. It's just unbelievable in my opinion. I think they.
When I was gonna say, whenever they drop a Halo game, it should be a national holiday. Seriously, because it's a spectacle, it's an extravaganza.
It is.
And I mean, everybody gets together, everybody has a good time, and I mean, I don't know what to say. It was beast, yo. And one thing I want to say is that I reviewed the game, as you guys all know, and a certain donkey face motherfucker, got his soccer accounts to dislike my video. So what I mean, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You should be your own reviewer, no matter what people say. Like, don't follow all these sites like IGN, GameSpot, or Kotaku. Just be your own reviewer. Play the game, enjoy the game, or just like take an opinion from a real gamer.
I always say that too, man.
Say.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like a big party on Xbox Live last night. Take it from Blackie Lebowski, Wolf, Blaze, Crap Notes right now. Like, you can choose to be a dumb fanboy, but right now is just not the fucking time. Because when all the Uncharted's came out before, there were no big midnight launches. Nobody was all hyped up for that shit. Same thing for Bloodborne. How many parties were you in playing a multiplayer? I'm not saying that's a bad game. I actually said this is a good game, but they just don't support their games like they should. And everybody knows this. This has been an ongoing problem with Sony, and I don't ever see it changing because they don't keep franchises around long enough for them to really grow and for people to really, connect with them. Uncharted is like the longest one I can think of besides Gran Turismo, as far as being popular and current. And there you have it. On the Xbox, everybody's supporting these games. Not everybody, but for the most part, everybody is, and they're really passionate. They're really fucking passionate. Like I said, last night was like a giant Xbox Live party. Everybody who's jumping in the party's like, just you could hear it in their voice and the tone of their voice. They're just excited, and everybody's just happy, and it's good vibes, man. It's good times. Yeah. It's really good.
It is, and you can tell the jealousies out there because you get all the people tweeting you and trying to do videos about you or talk shit on you, or I'm not talking about you in particular, but just people or whatever, saying Halo's this or Halo's garbage or whatever. But the bottom line is, we're playing it, and they're wishing they had something like it. Even Phil Spencer said. Xbox generations don't start until the first dedicated Halo game for that hardware. So I think they're thinking that Xbox One's generation is just now starting. They're having the backwards compatibility and the new Xbox experience launching November 12th. Yep. And every game and the games with gold are all going to be backwards compatible, so you get double the games that you're going to be able to play, even if you don't have a 360. You know what I mean? So I think it's really a great time to hop in, man. You got probably one of the best Halos ever made. You've got backwards compatibility. You've got refined, dashboard user interface. They're listening. You know what I mean? They're doing a good job. There's some rough patches here and there, but like I've been saying, man, overall they've done really good. And now.
Yeah, I mean, and Crap, you cut out there for a second, but speaking of what Blackie was saying about Crap, I'm sorry, Crap, you brought it out. But like they were talking about franchises that people back up. Microsoft fans back up the Halo brand, and the reason is you have the company standing behind it, and you have the fans standing behind it, and you've got a full push forward. Now, you said Blackie yourself, the longest one that we can both think of, and myself included, is Uncharted. And Naughty Dog came out and said, "This is the last Uncharted. We're not making them anymore." So they're already listen. How excited can you possibly get when you walk in to go purchase something that you already know is dead?
Yeah,
You
but
know, and that's just bad. I think that's bad press. I think that's bad everything. And so, of course, the media didn't run with it at all. We need to have the Xbox sites are the ones like Xbox Mad and the other one there. And pardon me for not remembering them. They have these articles that come out that are legit. They're legit. They have the quotes and the company's signatures on them. But I mean, at the same time, we don't hear this from the IGNs or the Kotakus or Polygons. They never tell us like, oh, this is the last IGN or this is the last Uncharted. They say it maybe. This is it. Like Neil Druckmann, they said this is the last Uncharted.
Thank
So
God.
like. Yeah, and in one way, Blaze, you're right, because I'm a fan of it, but at the same time, if you're just gonna make Uncharted, we were all talking offline, and Blackie, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Blackie says, you know what? I watched a little bit more of Uncharted 4, and you know what it looked like, and we were all like, what? And he's like, it looked like Uncharted, like nothing new, like nothing at all. And I was like, you know what? That's probably the best simplistic comment I've ever heard, because everything I've seen, yeah, I can sit there and shake my head and go, yeah, I kind of like that. That's Uncharted, but I'm like. I can't say I'm drooling to play it, but Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
listen, I just got done playing the other Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider looks great, man. This is another 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we're getting a new UI. We're getting backwards compat. We're getting Tomb Raider. We're still going to be playing the shit out of Halo. The Mets are going to win the World Series. My life hasn't gotten this good.
Oh hell yeah, man. But I gotta say one thing though, man. The Halo 5 event, it was probably the biggest entertainment event since the Avengers Age of
I
Ultron.
enjoyed your pictures, Ray. I'm glad you sent those out on Twitter. I wish you sent more. I was enjoying looking at what was going on.
I got a whole lot more. I even have one with Cortana.
Now think about that for a minute. When Uncharted 4 comes out, let's see if Sony holds all these events where we see millions of fans
Hell no.
in New York.
You'll see a taco
LA.
box.
Yeah,
They're gonna be like, "Hey, it's Taco Bell. Buy this and get Uncharted."
Yeah, let's see if we see fans dressing up like Nathan Drake and characters from Uncharted. I don't know nothing about the game. I beat all three. I can't even tell you the story of those games. The game is horrible.
It's
and when
forgettable.
Tomb Raider comes out in 2016 on the PS4, more PS4 fans are gonna buy Tomb Raider than Uncharted because that's a real adventure game.
Nobody says Halo's like this. Everyone, when someone says what's Uncharted like I don't really know. Like Indiana Jones. You know what I mean? It's like that's the only thing people can refer to is another movie where you have to like describe it.
Bro, I gotta speak on this real quick because Blaze, I'm telling you, I got a video I'm gonna put up here in the next few days talking about Uncharted because I was a big fan of the series and as a big fan, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the story's about, and that's like the main part of the game. It wasn't the multiplayer, and like Halo, that's what made Halo was the multiplayer, the online functionality with Halo 2 and whatnot. And so there's a reason that somebody might not know the story of Halo because there's a lot of multiplayer. But Uncharted, get the fuck out of here. That's how it started. The first one didn't even have multiplayer. Blaze, I swear to God, I remember in Uncharted 2, you're on a train. There was a lot of action. You ended up in a snowy area. And that is the only thing I can recall from Uncharted. You Sony fanboys can kiss my ass because I got the trophies to prove I played the game. And that's it, man. I mean, it's not even memorable. They had some really good moments, but not memorable. Blaze, you hit the nail on the head.
And as I was saying, sorry about that, Blaze, but as I was saying, look, we had the Uncharted collection, right? The Nathan Drake collection. Nobody's talking about it no more. It's dead. It's finished.
It is dead.
You know what I'm saying?
The media tried. They tried.
and the same thing's gonna happen with Uncharted 4. I could guarantee you. Give it about a week, and that's it. Nobody will talk about it no more.
Yeah,
Like you could guarantee maybe next month or maybe even next year we'll still be talking about Halo 5.
Yep. And think about the story of like Tomb Raider. It's so emotional. You get attached to the character. Remember Lara Croft got her first kill, or when she fell on that spike when she first landed in that blood pit. Like you feel her struggle through the game, and then like when you get the headshot with the bow and you see the arrow sticking out of him, and it's bloody and violent, and it feels realistic. Like you really got to survive. Uncharted, like you see him fight, it looks very robotic, like Rock'em Sock'em robots. The aiming with the guns are horrible. There's no customization with the weapons. You can't change his outfit or nothing. It's a horrible game. Like I know people might like it. I have no problem if you like it, but you can't compare that game to Halo or Tomb Raider.
Let me. Do you want to hear a good joke, by the way?
Yeah.
Killzone. Let me tell you something about Killzone.
That's the joke.
No, that's the thing. Have you ever heard of a YouTube channel that talks about the Killzone laws? There
There's a
is no
story.
Killzone laws.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Yeah,
It's
like when
forgettable.
he made a good point. When Killzone came out, Shadowfall, did you see Sony fans dressing up like Hellgas outside the GameStop with midnight launches? No. Did you see people getting Hellgas or Hellgas tattoos on their arm?
Hell no,
Sony
Mooch
fans
would
don't
have
like
kicked their ass
exclusives.
if he would have
That's
seen
right.
that, man.
Right.
Sony fans don't love their exclusives. They just love to hate Xbox exclusives.
Like you always get like a Halo follower, but you'll never get a Killzone follower. You know what I'm saying?
Uncharted follower.
I need a
Well, you know,
fucking new computer, man. Donate me some money so I can get a new computer so this shit stops locking up. Christ.
No, like literally, you have YouTube channels like Roster Teeth. These things they started the Red versus Blue, and like you said, there's just all these iconic things that are just built and born around the Halo brand, and none of this shit comes. There's nothing. There's a bunch of crazy fanboys that wear like wacky outfits on YouTube and pretend to be these crazy anime characters for a PlayStation. But I mean, those are people like when you see them, when you even see them on the one side of the road, you cross the street quick because you're like, that dude's crazy. He's gonna stab somebody. But like, literally, there's nothing out there that's Sony that's iconic that you're like, wow, I really, honest to God, that's amazing. That's something that I have to be a part of. And you get that with so many different things. And look at the amazing campaign that Ray Iron Wolf put together. Blaze, you definitely helped out. I was a part of it, but I'm gonna give you guys take the credit. Look at the gearheads, man. There's so many people. We get to do this all over again next September, October, November with the hype for Gears. And that's going to be crazy because, to be honest with you, Halo took a new step in a new direction this year. Gears 4 is a totally new step in a new direction with the Coalition took over. A bunch of people came over from Epic. Rod's taken over. The dude's got Gears tattoos. I mean, how more dedicated? Think about anywhere you work. There's nobody that works. Like the manager at your local McDonald's doesn't have the golden arches tattooed on his ass. He don't got nobody's got their work tattooed to them. You know what I mean? That's dedication, devotion. You see that in sports athlete. You see athletes do that. I don't know if LeBron has calves or something like that, but like you see dedication and people put like tattoos on them for something that's like their life. That's something they were built to do, born to do. I think Bron's got something with like basketball on him. You know what I mean? Like that's his life. You know what I mean? He knows that's his bread and butter. This is the stuff you see in the franchises that Microsoft's created. You don't get any of that feeling or any of that, like, no excitement to get into it. And there isn't. That's why we always say, Blaze, I said it and I appreciate it. I watched your video. This was about 8 months ago. You mentioned me on your show. You said, Mooch is right. It's the lonely station, man. Look, there's a time, right? There's a time and a place for everything. So let me not just bash it. There is a time that sometimes you don't feel like hanging out with 12, 15 people online. I get that. If you just want to be one of those people that comes home and your miserable day and you just got a 6-pack of beer and you want to sit in a dark room and you want to get into a really funky anime story, there's a PlayStation 4 for you. There's a console for you. There's something for everybody on Earth. That's what's great about it. That's why I think you see this enthusiasm that surrounds this podcast. It surrounds BGST. It's about people that get together that really genuinely enjoy one particular thing, and we all don't even know each other. That's the excitement. We're trying to pass that on to you guys.
What's exciting? Oh, go ahead, Krabs.
I was gonna say, how about that $150 controller that everybody?
Love it.
Yeah, that's sold out everywhere. You can't get it nowhere. There you go.
Yeah, the $150 controller that's sold out now, man. That's crazy.
Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wanted it though. Remember?
Yeah.
I could confidently say one thing. I could confidently say one thing. Halo 5.
Oh, Blazing Phoenix is showing it off. Look at it.
Sony fans can't afford this.
I could confidently say one thing. Halo 5 has surpassed 2 million copies. I could confidently say that. That includes digital as well. Because you have to remember, back in 2004, when Halo 2 dropped, that was all physical only. Back in those days, you couldn't get digital games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now we live in a day and age where you could just download it and it'll be ready at 12:01. You know what I'm saying? So I could confidently say that. I'm waiting for Microsoft to drop the numbers, but boy, I could tell you, everywhere I've been, every store I've been to right now, it's sold out everywhere. Even the Halo 5 console and the collector's edition, you cannot find it anywhere.
Let's not overlook what you said, Wolf. You said something really important in there, and I do want to get back to it because I tweeted Aaron Greenberg. Of course, nothing back, but I asked him for the last 24. Right? Nobody ever it's okay. Like literally, I ask him in the most professional way. You know, I don't put any fucking swear or curse words or Cubert cursing. But anyways, like the one thing you said that was amazing at 12:01, guys, literally flawless. How about that? How about the servers work great?
Yeah, everything.
Multiplayer was great. I turned that shit on. Boom, right up there. What happened? 3 of my friends. Boom, we played first 2 chapters. Back, no kick out. No this. No, I can't hear you. No blow. It was smooth as a baby's ass. It was perfect, man. It was perfect. And like that's the kind of stuff that like you see that even if Microsoft did make an oops at a certain point in this generation, they fixed that shit. And Black, you said that in your video today. They listened and they fixed it and they go on and they made things better. And that's what I was looking to see too. Now, to be honest with you, Ray, I'm right there with you. I think 2 million. I don't know, man. I almost want to say higher, but 2 million is a safe number. I would feel safe saying 2 million copies were probably sold by now.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
it's good.
And a lot of people upgraded as well. I have like 18 friends on my friends list that upgraded to the Xbox One from the 360 because they were 360 Halo players.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I think the most exciting part of all this is if you think about the 360, and you all remember this, Halo 3 was really good, but Halo 4 just was like, holy shit, graphically.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen again, possibly, you know, the next Halo. And that to me is what's exciting. It's going to sell. It's Halo. Everybody's buying it. Everybody I know loves the game.
Yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, dude, the next one is going to be
Insane.
as a precursor for what is to come with Halo 5. It's just the future is everything it's better than what I expected. Like when I got in this YouTube shit, it's like, man, I know Halo 5's coming. You know, I got trust in these fools because better than damn shit what Sony can do with Warhawk and firing the fucking developers from SOCOM and, you know, basically not handling their business in any professional manner as far as their developers and the games and how they were presented to the customer. Like SOCOM Confrontation, like that shit was fucking broken. You're talking about a SOCOM game. So like with Halo, it's like, hey man, I'm gonna give them some trust here, but I mean, you get it. I'm playing it. They made it sound good. They made it feel good. They made the guns so damn good. The fucking sound is so good. The music's so good. They got an Elite controller with it. The back catalog of games. We're not even talking about all the shit that you can play that if you haven't had an Xbox. Like now at this moment, it's just this thing is hot and on fire, man. It's real.
Hey, Blackie, I just want to add to what you were saying, Blackie. One thing's for sure. What blows my mind is that this is not even a DirectX 12 enabled game.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? This is just DirectX 11.3, and it's not even using the cloud fully. It was just using certain aspects here with the physics and the AI. But could you imagine if they're fully I could see Halo 6 doing it. It really will. And I think we'll see a Halo 6 this generation, maybe in 2018. I can see a Halo 6.
Yeah, like Halo really did good this it was like our cheerleader, you know, our Super Bowl. It brought the community together. You see, everybody was having fun. Nobody was fighting in the Xbox community. Everybody was talking about Halo. We were having so much fun when the game launched. You know, everybody was in the party. We was counting down like New Year's, like until the game launched. We were playing it all night from 12 to 6 in the morning. We played it all night. And I said, this is what the best part about the Xbox community. We come together like a family. We enjoy playing games, and we're the real gaming community.
Hey, real quick, if I could get something in, what did you guys think of Sony's Paris Games Week conference, guys?
Boo.
Well, let's go around the room. You guys didn't watch it?
What happened?
It was pretty boring in my opinion. I mean, yeah, there was not there.
Well, crap, somebody told me, man, they were like, you need to go cry, Blackie Lebowski, and watch the Paris Game Show because the PlayStation done won this generation and Uncharted is in 900p, but we still win because, you know, sales. That's something like that.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, I saw that Uncharted 4 trailer, the multiplayer trailer. It looked like Uncharted 2.
900p.
It looked horrible. I don't have a problem with 900p, but it's the hypocrisy. You know, 900p is only cool if it's on the PS4. But yeah, I think Digital Foundry, I think they've done some sort of test on the footage, and I think I don't know, did he drop to 50 frames or some shit like that?
Yeah, it was horrible.
And the textures look horrible. It really did. And the character models, man, it looked like a PS2 game.
Yeah, like the PS4, it proved like what Yoshida and them was saying. They should take their words for fact. They said they're not gonna have AAA games. They said they're gonna be relying on indie games and third-party games to sell their console, and that proves it with this Paris game show. You know, the frauds like Amiziago, he keeps saying, wait to this show, wait to that show, wait to this show, wait to Paris game show. And it was horrible. It was indie game after indie game. It showed some cool robot CGI. It looked pretty cool about some robot game. That looked interesting. They showed a little bit more Horizon, which looked like it got a downgrade. That game looked god-awful. Then they show Uncharted, 900p. And it just looked awful. The textures was washed out.
No dedicated servers.
Was it 8 multiplayer maps?
Oh, yeah, 8 maps only.
Microtransactions.
Microtransaction, pay to win. The game looks horrible. Like, if you're a Sony fan, man, you're just a casual gamer. Like, it's no games on that PS4, man. Nothing to look forward to.
There's one game I was interested in. I saw a trailer of it. I didn't watch it live, obviously. No, it wasn't even a robot game. It was a dinosaur game, but it's a timed exclusive. It was called Robinson, and I saw like some Guilty Spark looking thing like flying across, and then I saw dinosaurs and shit. That was the only game that I thought it was pretty interesting.
I think more people got negative news out of the Paris show. As you guys can see, it's floating around Twitter now. A couple people, Yoshida was asked if backwards compatibility once and for all is going to come back.
No.
He answered with no. And then you got, I think he also we found out the 900p. We found out it's only 5v5 in multiplayer for Uncharted 4, and they're not going to have dedicated servers. How can you not have dedicated servers for your own fucking game? I mean, it's going to be, what is it, peer-to-peer? So if you're playing little Jimmy or freaking old man Tom in like in Denver, like, and he has no idea how to, you know what I mean? Like, he has bad internet, you're just gonna crash. Like, how? It's 2015. Like, if you're a Sony fan, how could you be happy with anything you heard with that? That was just all bad news.
This game is a mess, and it's gonna be a financial mess too. Nobody's gonna buy it, and it's gonna cost Sony a lot of money.
Yeah, like, who gonna buy that over Tomb Raider? That game, like I said, in 2016, the best game that's going to be on the PS4 is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
And I could tell you one thing though. Sorry, Blaze. It will be downgraded. The game will be downgraded.
Yeah, it looks horrible, man. Like people, like what Crap said real quick. He kept talking about he'll eat dog shit about if somebody can show me a game that's 50% more powerful on the PS4, and he's not going to have to take that bet because the console I say is underpowered.
I'm dog shit free, bro. Dog shit free. I can't get many words in with my computer, but yeah, you can mark that one down. Dog shit free.
Yeah, but I could say one thing though. I believe Microsoft have won Paris Games Week anyway. You know, I mean, they showed Quantum Break there. That's a masterpiece in itself.
Does it piss you guys off that this shit doesn't get covered until Sony shows up there, like, and does a show? Like, what the fuck?
Just Quantum Break alone eclipses everything Sony had to show at that very show. Man. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Quantum Break stuff. It looks great. I don't think Sony showed anything that was fantastic or even not known. Gran Turismo, it seems like they're just trying to rush something out the door. You know what I mean? Like an online-only type game. I mean, they're really getting embarrassed by Forza at this point. I mean, they're just trying to get something out that door. It's pretty clear. I don't think it looks good at all. You know, it's not, and it's only a beta next year, so you're not even getting a real game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when are people gonna wake up, man? You guys aren't getting anything. You know, you're not getting games. You know, No Man's Sky got delayed the next year, and that's an indie game, a $60 indie game. You know what I mean? Come on. You know, and guess what, guys? It's not coming to Xbox, so we can cross that one off our list.
Is it exclusive to PS4?
It's a console exclusive.
Thank God.
Yo, did they actually say Gran Turismo Sport? It took them 10 years to make. Because I actually read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true.
I don't know, man. That could be along the lines of the Three Titans comment, bro. I have no idea.
I don't know. I read it somewhere. If that's the case, and I know it has only 100 cars, so it took them 10 cars to make every year when you think about it. That's real bad right there, man.
Yeah, like I said, it's funny how the Sony fans are always so quick to take Phil Spencer at his word. Whenever Phil Spencer comes out, whatever he says is gospel. But when Yoshida comes out, he keeps saying there's not going to be AAA games. He don't like annual releases. He don't believe in big AAA games. He don't understand why the fans like it. And he keeps saying there's not going to be that many AAA games. And Mark Cerny said it. Multiple Sony representatives said it. Sony will not take their own people's words to heart. They said they won't have games. They said it's only going to be AAA, relying on indie games and multiplats to sell their console.
Yo, didn't Shuhei Yoshida said that there's not going to be no Sony-made RPGs. Like with Microsoft, we actually have a Microsoft RPG. We have Scalebound. We're going to have Phantom Dust. And I know, Crap, you actually said there probably won't be. I still want to believe that there will be a Phantom Dust. Because Blaze, he worked real hard to actually push for that. And I hope he does.
Hey, I want there to be, man. I liked it on the original Xbox. I just, I'm trying to be realistic. I don't want it to be a Last Guardian.
No, I want that game.
I want it too, man.
Oh, about the Last Guardian. Where's that at?
That's what I said. That was my first tweet. I said to anybody, I wanted to make sure because I did not watch the Paris game show. I'm like, what?
I hate my computer.
So what's the deal with Last Guardian? How can you told everybody a few months ago at E3 that there was going to be the Last Guardian in 2016, yet you have the next big show, and this is what everybody wants, right? I mean, there were people fainting in the stands in E3.
Fainting in the stands.
They were just passed out. People were catching people with hot towels. And you're telling me the next big publication in Paris with all that visibility, you don't even have a fucking CGI for me? Listen, so I say this all the time, guys. It's not difficult. Everybody thinks this is a fanboy thing to say. It's not. It's business. They know they're screwed. Why do you think Jack Tretton is wearing a fucking different suit right now? He got out of there before that shit sank. Who cares if they're at 26 million? At the end of this generation, everyone's going to have an Xbox and everyone's going to have a PlayStation. The numbers are going to be the same. At the end, you're also going to see 75% more green boxes in GameStop than blue boxes. They don't have any money. There's nothing coming. What they did was they said, holy shit, Microsoft has the biggest, they're quoting themselves, the biggest games lineup in their history. What do we have? And somebody was like, well, we could refresh that CGI from 8 years ago. And he was like, do it. You know what I mean? Like, that was all they did. They just put up these things. Now, they had PSX in January, okay? That PlayStation experience. They showed Fat Princess and fucking Draw Me or whatever the fuck Jaffrey's working on now, that putz. These guys are doing all these awful, awful indie games. They didn't show any of that shit at E3. They didn't show any of this stuff. All they're showing is just like they're literally baiting people. They're feeding you. They're starving. So like, here, oh look, you have the balls to show an Until Dawn DLC? Who the fuck cares? The 8 people that bought it? I mean, who gives a shit? Sony's in a lot of trouble, everybody, and that's fine. It's hard for me. I say it now, and someone's like, I'll make a video. Oh, fine, who cares? You'll see by the end of this generation when you look at yourself. Right now, you're a Sony guy, and you're like, well, I got Bloodborne, and I got Until Dawn, and I got The Order, and you're not playing any of those.
People were tweeting me Bloodborne Metacritic. When I brought up Halo being good, they tweeted me that fucking Bloodborne Metacritic thing, and I'm like, okay, like March wants its game back or February.
It's just the hypocrisy is just ridiculous, and they're bored, man. They're so bored that literally they were. People are trolling on Twitter today, like, what's happening? Why isn't Crap playing Halo yet? What's this? Who the fuck? First of all, who the fuck are you? And number 2, why are you stalking somebody? I don't even I consider Crap a friend. I don't know what he's doing. That's not my business.
Yeah, they're weirdos, man. Sony fans are
crazy.
They are, dude. People were tweeting me like, "Why are you on Minecraft story mode, right?" And basically, what happened was I have a bad internet connection, and it took me a while to get the update. And my Halo game wasn't ready till like after 9:30 last night. So I had to go, and I was like, while it was installing, I was playing Minecraft story mode, and then I played Halo today, and I'm on the last chapter currently. So. Yeah, I mean, to the people that like try to stalk you, I mean, I would think that's weird. You know what I mean? If I was like, oh my God, this guy didn't play this game like the day it came out, like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I would think that people would think I was weird. You know what I mean? Or that I was some kind of homosexual or something, or have some kind of, some kind of weird thing. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, that's the weird stuff. You know what I mean? That this generation has brought out. You have people that if you got an Xbox guy like me who doesn't play Halo at exactly the moment it releases, they must be exposed, or they must be a fraud, or whatever the case may be, right? I mean, come on, right? Because I didn't play it at exactly midnight. I guess I have a job. Oh, and I also got a Gears of War tattoo yesterday. So yeah, that took me some time, man. I'm gonna post some pictures of that shit up.
I want to get a
Oh,
Halo.
good shit, man.
You did?
Yeah, I got the Omen. I got the Gears Omen yesterday, and
Nice.
yeah,
I should get the Halo bird. Now back to what you were just saying about the crazy fanboys. I think that was from last generation. We all know the 360 dominated the PS3, and last generation the PS3 fans were treated like animals. Everybody was making fun of them. You know, it was just one after another. They were treated horrible. So this generation, when they saw the Xbox One reveal, they said, you know, I'm gonna get my revenge. It's time for us to rise. It's time for us to stand up, guys, and feel like we're something. So all the Sony fans just started acting crazy. And they felt like it was their time they smelled blood in the water. A lot of the Sony fans, I think they really have mental problems. If you're a psychiatrist, you'll be a billionaire treating these Sony fans.
What do you guys think about this more powerful PS4 rumor? Like they actually might, do something like that.
That's more smoke and mirrors. Listen, Blackie, I really want you to talk, but I mentioned it on BGST. I want this to be vocalized. People need to understand something. What we just said with the smoke and mirrors, and they're baiting. Look at how long has the media has been talking about, because they released the gag order that they've been able to talk about Halo, and there's been people posting YouTube clips for like 2 weeks. So Halo's been in the news for about 2 weeks already, right? Sony's had nothing. So when they sat down with this guy, don't get me wrong, I'm sure somewhere on a napkin at Sony they were like, hey, should we maybe make a stronger console because we can't fucking do 1080p and 60 frames per second like we told everybody? And so the guy's like, well, maybe we'll do that. Listen, that's not happening. It's not happening. You have 26 million people in your install base, and you're going to tell them they've all been sitting there waiting for 2 years with no games. Now you're going to tell them that you have a new console coming out that's going to be better looking than the one you've been waiting for a game you can't even fucking play right? That's not going to happen, dude. It can't. Now, listen, there is going to be a stronger PS4 and a stronger Xbox. It's called Xbox 2 and PS5. It's not, and this generation is over in 2019, people. 2018, maybe, if they really step on the gas. This is over soon. And listen, that's not a depressing thing. I'm not saying that in a bad thing. The technology's moving too fast. Everything's moving too fast. You can't have a 10-year lifespan. Even if Microsoft counted on that, they've learned a lot in the past 2 years. So yes, they did say this is the console for the next 10 years. That's awesome. That's going to get knocked down to 6, and they should
the
be.
The 360 is still around though for 10 years, so they can still technically put games out.
Oh yeah, they can.
You know what I mean?
Because
and
the architecture,
still have a successor.
The architecture will be the same. Let's keep that in mind. When you get let's just call it Xbox 2 for all practical purposes.
Xbox 2?
When you get an Xbox 2, all your Xbox One games will just day one, come right over. It's all x86. It's going to be the same architecture. So it's just like if you had a PC, if you're a PC guy. The games you bought 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, you're still playing them if you want. So it's not like this year where we're like, we need backwards compatibility, bring it back. No, it's not like that. So when you go to get an Xbox 2, you really are just upgrading the insides. But like Crap has said many times, and I do agree with you, Crap, it'll be nothing that's swappable. It's going to be you're going to upgrade to an Xbox 2, and it will be time, and it will feel right. In 6 years, it will feel right.
Yeah, man, these motherfuckers talking about a new PlayStation 4. I think it's a perfect example of just how desperate and how many games are lacking for this system. Like, it's so underwhelming. There's nothing going in their favor as far as like that big AAA exclusive like a Halo. Like I said, Bloodborne, that's a good game, but it falls in that category of all these other PlayStation games where you like Blaze said, you hit it, you quit it. You know, you don't call that bitch the next morning, man. You take it back to GameStop, you know, and get you a little change and get you another game. You know what I'm saying? It's not something like Halo 5. I bought it digitally. I'm not gonna get rid of that game ever. Like I always go back to Halos. And I'm telling you, man, they're reaching because now it's like, well, we'll have a more powerful PS4. It's like, no, you're fucking not. Like anybody who understands the very basics of manufacturing, logistics, and how a business operates, like Mooch just said it, you got 20-some million people with the play this system, and they've been your slogan is greatness awaits. You haven't met that fucking criteria. Fucking Uncharted is 900p, and you want to try to offer a better machine? These motherfuckers are reaching this generation, and it's some really stupid shit.
Yeah, I agree with that because that would alienate the community too. What if I already bought a PS4, then I gotta buy a new, more powerful PS4? And I don't think, like I said, Sony fans are on a fixed budget. They can't afford stuff like that. So I don't think they would upgrade. Imagine who would go out and buy another console and they already bought one. So that doesn't really make sense. And I think it was just Sony trying to get in the media.
Yeah, let's just be real here. Sony don't have the R&Ds for this anyway. Look, they had to sell buildings in Tokyo to even, have the R&D money for the PS4. Ooh. What are they gonna sell this time for the R&D for the PS 4.5 or whatever you want to call it? It don't make no sense, man. I don't think it's happening. They actually did it to actually stay in the media, to be in the spotlight.
They could think of all the money they're saving with Yoshida's cheap suits, though, man. Just buy it second hand, man. That saves you a lot of damn money.
I think you got Yoshida putting in, what's it, $29, to donate to Shenmue. You know what I mean? So what makes you think they can actually be, putting in money towards R&D for a high performance PS4? I
don't know. It's crazy. Did you guys see the VR trailer? Like they look like PS2 games.
That look horrible, man.
Like who's excited for this stuff? Why does that stuff look so bad?
Why is nobody reporting it but us?
I have no idea.
I watched the Harris thing show, I promise you guys, and I will shit all over these ass pirates. I'm just busy with Halo 5, and I do not give a fuck about a Paris game show. And
I didn't watch it. It's just that Twitter is putting out all this stuff on it, and I'm like, wow, man, that was a terrible show for Sony. I think that show actually hurt them. Yeah, I mean, they asked him some questions. He put the kibosh on. I mean, at least he answered truthfully. He put the kibosh on backwards compat because people still thought that was going to happen. It's not.
No.
Nope. And then you also got that information on Uncharted. Look, a lot of people have they're sitting. PlayStation 4 fans are sitting on their hands waiting for March of next year, and they're just, you know what they're going to get? They're going to get Uncharted again. Just Uncharted, like the game that you just beat in the collection that you just bought like a sucker. And you know, it's just it's not bashing. It's just over reporting to you guys is actually the truth. There's nothing we're saying that's wrong. Halo Uncharted 4 is going to be 900p. 5v5 2015.
And they lied about Titanfall.
Yeah, and they give a shit for Titanfall. I don't know if you guys saw me on Twitter today, but Vince Zampella tweeted out. He's like, he had his big screen up at his house, like a 120-inch screen. He's like, time for me to get some Halo 5 in. I go, Vince, enjoy that. By the way, feel free at any point in time to let us know Titanfall 2 is exclusively Xbox One and Windows 10. You know, like literally, I think the writing's on the wall there myself, but whatever. That's another mooch prediction. I'm still waiting. I got the champagne. I got the champagne in the fridge for next November or October when Tomb Raider comes out in the 360 port version. You wait, dude. I am gonna have the best show on my channel. I mean, I might hire like dancers, girls will be around. It's just gonna be crazy party in here, and it's just you're gonna watch me send that video out to the people that hate. No, I mean literally, they don't have anything. So to come out and say you're going to make something stronger is an insult to them because they've been waiting on their hands for this system to do something. Right now, the PlayStation 4 is a soccer car paperweight. It doesn't do anything. They're still tweeting out every day. You guys see this? Everybody run home. The new soccer car,
Rocket League.
Whatever Rocket League thing comes out. I'm like, you're really like that's what you're promoting? You're promoting an indie still that came out 3 or 4 or 5 months ago? Like, that's sad, man. Like, we moved on from Ori. You guys notice that? We moved on?
Let's talk about Ori.
Yeah. No, let's talk about Ori. We can't wait. If Ori came in, like, blue instead of white now, I wouldn't play the whole game again. Go home and get your soccer car in pink. No.
You know what's fucked up, man?
Out of here.
They like soccer cars, Mooch, because it's in 1080p probably, because it's a stupid fucking indie. But then, I seen this today, and this is how delusional these Sony fanboys are. You know, Uncharted 4 is 900p. And I actually seen these Sony fanboys complaining, like they're so encaptivated with getting this big AAA game that's 1080p, 60 frames per second, which is Forza, it's on the Xbox, but they're actually willing to fucking get a little bit of distaste and have a little bit of resentment because it didn't meet this 1080p. It's like, think about Halo 5, and if Microsoft had played that shit with us. So you're going to get 1080p, and we didn't have the 60 frame per second. And they had to sacrifice all that other shit to get 1080p, man. I'm telling you, when I seen these comments today with some of these Sony guys like genuinely like kind of pissed off that their game is 900p or we can poke fun at the fact that it's 900p. I think that's a lot of it too. It's like because I'm definitely gonna rub that shit in. But it's like, why does that matter? Why can't you just fucking enjoy Uncharted? Why does this number mean so much to you? Last generation, the 360 was killing shit as far as the parity for both platforms, and it wasn't such a big deal. But all of a sudden, they're trying to coming up with shit like we got 25 million sold. We're gonna give you more power for PS4, and I'm telling you, it's a joke. It's a joke. These Sony guys, they're just fucking stupid.
And you know one thing, if Microsoft did that, they'll be crucified for it.
Yeah.
I could guarantee that.
Yo, back to Yoshida real quick. At this point, he's the Japanese Gary Busey because he always saying stupid stuff. First, then he said that if the developers wanted the PS5, they'll think about making one. Then he was the one quoted saying that, and he's always saying stupid stuff. So at this point, like, he's a clown. Imagine that guy is the head of your game studios. That's their Phil Spencer. You want that clown as your Phil Spencer? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't really imagine him working for Xbox, man. I would just tell Microsoft to fire this guy, man.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't think they're good. I don't like Sony's people at all as far as their higher ups or whatever. I think they're pretty lackluster.
You don't like Mark Cerny?
To be honest with you, I don't.
You don't like Mark Cerny? He looks like your character.
No, hell no. No.
He looks like Church Lady, Dana Carvey's character from Saturday Night Live.
Hell no, man.
Oh man, that's so fun. Yeah, like you see the difference between the two characters.
Like Adam Boys looks like a version of this dude.
See, I like that you see the difference between Sony and Microsoft. Look at their.
You're cutting out, crap.
Oh, Phil Spencer's just.
But yeah, like I was saying, like you will never see a guy like Neil Druckmann, chill out, have a drink with the fans. I had Frank O'Connor chilling out with me. We had a conversation. We were talking about games. We were talking about the future. You will never see that on the Sony side.
Yeah, they
never.
don't care about their fans. Like I said, Sony is the one winning this generation, not the fans. They have no backwards compatibility. They still have a horrible online. They have no Elite controller. They had to do surveys begging for folders on their console. Like, Microsoft is giving you all of this stuff. People want an Xbox One, but they don't want the Xbox One. They want all the Xbox One features, but they don't want the Xbox One. It doesn't make sense.
See, we got a new UI. We have 12-man party chat, and you got those guys, begging for folders, man.
You can't even change your name.
You can't even change your name.
You don't have friend notification. That blew my mind. I got to be honest with you. I did not know that. I did not know on PS4 there's nothing that pops up when your friends come online. Are you out of your mind? Isn't that the whole point of it? Like, even if you're not a huge gamer, even if you're just somebody in media, the part that's really great about watching I like this. I understand that's not for everybody, but I have my personal friends, my YouTube buddies. You guys are on there, people that I've met on Twitter, but I have my personal friends on there that I have as my favorites. When I see my buddy kick on, like sometimes he'll just hit me up to just chat. We'll watch the game and we'll bullshit. Like it's just like it's crazy that like. You don't have any of these things, yet you defend the company with no games, no features, no new technology. Your controller shuts off in 2.5 hours. What else is just everything just sucks. There's no it's a lonely station, but yet you argue with me and everybody and make ridiculous videos defending this company. And what are you getting out of it? Like, what are you playing?
Yeah,
what are we missing?
The PS4 is the Wii of this generation. Like, it
I
has
was gonna just one quick question. How much is an Xbox One where you live? Is it $350? $299?
$349, but the deals are starting to pop up now for $299 all over.
And that will be Black Friday and everything like that. It'll probably be less. It'll probably even be $250. But what I'm saying, with $350, here's my challenge to the haters and the weirdos out there. If you can make a gaming PC that's equivalent to an Xbox One in terms of specs and power at that same price point, I'm telling you one thing. I will buy you a 1-year Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus membership. Remember, you gotta have the same kind of GPU, CPU, RAM, motherboard, and everything under the hood. I could guarantee you it don't exist.
No,
You won't
'cause
be able to find it.
I watched the
No, they're
show.
gonna do that. And they're gonna fucking put a fucking used DVD.
Yeah.
No,
I watched
listen,
the show.
listen,
I watched the
listen,
show.
no, check it. You gotta hear this, man.
No, you're gonna get a list with it. Used, like you said, like
A used DVD player that costs $1.99, but then fucking not show you the shipping, which is fucking $8 for this motherfucker.
they're probably giving a 360 controller too, right?
Man, I did the same thing, man. This motherfucker had a DVD player. It was like a 360 controller used. All right, it had it was like some. It was just bad, dude. And he was just arguing and kept going. He's like, well, you could steal Windows. You could pirate that shit. Like, I'm talking about legit. And I'm like, if it was so easy, you dumb cocksucker, why don't you go fucking build the next Steam machine and take over the world? Like, it's not, manufacturing is not that easy. Accomplishing economies of scales is not that easy. Like, people are fucking stupid, man. People got the internet, Newegg, and lost their fucking minds, man, for real.
That's true, man. I'm telling you.
People are stupid. I've been saying that forever.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
They're stupid. They're ignorant. They don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It kind of bugs me. But anyway, we did all agree to keep this one at about an hour, and we're at an hour now. You know, we'll make it up to you guys next week, but we're trying to finish up. I know I am. I'm trying to finish up Halo. I want to jump into the multiplayer and review the game. And everybody else probably wants to hike in Halo and stuff too. So us Xbox dudes, man, we got to cut our shit short for gaming. You PlayStation dudes, you just talk about other men 24/7. Rack that shit up. We'll catch you guys next week.
Yep. Bye, Halo 5.
Later.
Bang bang.